All right. Hello, everybody. Hello, Team Passion. It is July 19th. We just got off a super exciting surge with Carl, who had a couple special guests there. Chris Downing at the beginning. We had heard a couple new fun announcements. Thank you guys for being here live. I know it's been, we just did the surge for an hour and now we're on here for maybe another 30 minutes or so. But so thank you. Thank you for taking your time. I'm usually in bed by now, so I'm with you. But we are committed. We are here. We are ready to go. So what I want to do is I want to open up. I want to share like everything that was just shared on the surge, just to make sure everyone knows and understands everything. And then I want to open it up for Q&A. And then we have three guest speakers that are going to share their aha moments after Summit. Two of them are my personally sponsored, and they have been like all over the place now, plugging back into the team, like so much excitement. So I know that they had a big shift at Summit. And then I asked Felicia to speak because I got a crazy awesome message from her regarding her Summit experience. So I can't wait for you to hear that. All right, and we're also going to get like an action plan going and making sure like everyone is ready for Team Cup, for just everything that's about to come. So let's just go over. So first, real quick, sorry, I'm just looking at my notes. Summit 2018 is in Indianapolis, June 21st through the 24th. Tickets are on sale right now, only through Sunday for $145. Normally they're $295. So I would get your ticket now. You can have it refunded by the end of the year, and then you can transfer it up until like April if something ends up happening. But I would get it now. Make sure you let us know in the Team Passion page as soon as you get your Summit ticket so you can go into our Summit page. But these events are huge. They're like, honestly, the first year I became a coach, so I became a coach in July 27th of 2010, so it was after Summit, but I went to my next one the next year. I didn't go with Mark because we didn't have the money, so I just went by myself. I roomed with two complete strangers and then another personally sponsored coach. I was nervous. I didn't know anybody. I was still new. But I made the commitment to go, and I've gone every year since, and they're just, it's not easy for us. We have to get babysitters. We have to figure out, the girls have lots of activities. Next year is going to be even harder because that's supposed to be the last week of school, so I don't even know if our babysitter is going to be available because she's a teacher. So it's not, it's not going to be easy. I don't know how we're going to make it happen, but we will, because we always do. So get yourself to Summit. So 145. So just real quick, so Double Time is coming out in November, so that's exciting. Tony Horton's doing a little family workout on Beachbody On Demand. It looks really, really fun. So make sure you kind of have that in the back of your head, ready for November. Clean Week is coming in September. I am so excited for this program. I don't do clean eating groups because I am not about to make any freaking meal plans. Like, hello, I can boil pasta, okay? Who am I to make a meal plan? So I don't do them. So this excited me big time that they are doing this for us, and they are coming out with, and luckily it's not free. They do have to pay, I think it's $30, $29.95. They're gonna get workouts, they're gonna get a week of meal plans. This is with our new super trainer, Megan Davies. I had an opportunity. She was in front of us in line at JetBlue on the way home, so I got a chance to talk to her and congratulated her on all her success. She was like, I was nervous. I didn't know if there was a need for this. I'm like, oh my gosh, there is, so I made her feel better. Like, this is a huge need. But yeah, it was nice. Her dad and her mom were there, so we were talking with them about, how proud they must be. So yeah, it's going to be amazing. So super excited. So gateway program for all those people who say, so you're still going to want to start with the challenge pack and get everybody in with the all access. That's still going to be the best deal. And then if they're like, I really can't afford this, this is your, at least you have this to fall back on. So good stuff. I want to make, oh, Daily Sunshine, so that's fun. So, my, who else did? Heather, was it you who, your child didn't like it and you did the live video and then took it down? Was that you? No. Who did that? I could have sworn it was you. So someone did a live video and their son was like, ew, and so they had to remove the video. I did a live video and Ella was like, this tastes like medicine, but I kept it there. But Sammy liked it. Ella actually liked the chocolate, and I did a live video in our Shift Shop group, I think, with Ella. And then Sammy liked the strawberry banana. So luckily, I'm like, okay, good. But I told them they're either going to eat broccoli and cauliflower or this shake. So they have that choice. So that's really exciting. So it's exciting. I know, you know, my first reaction with the price point, I was like, really? Same as Shakeology? But you know what? And it's going to be hard if, you know, you have more, you know, I just ordered one box with the 2 flavors because I know the girls they're not going to probably have it every single day. And they're going to each like the different flavors. So I'm just going to start with that and see where we go with that. And luckily it was $97 or whatever with our coach discount. But people are going to be willing to pay for this. So we have to think past this. And I'm pretty sure the reason why the price is that high is because it's certified gluten-free, it's certified non-GMO, it's certified organic. Shakeology is not certified anything because those certifications cost a lot of money. So that's why the price point is the same as Shakeology, because they had to get those certifications for them to be able to back it for their kids. So that's the point there. I know, you know, people who have allergies and gluten, and their kids have gluten insensitivities, they're going to buy this. They're going to pay it. They just are, because it's better than what they have to feed their kids that are gluten-free now. You know, I know that's come a long way. There's a lot more choices for people who are gluten-free now, but this is huge. Like this, people are going to pay this. And I know for me, I'm paying for it because seriously, my girls don't eat any vegetables. 0. Like I can't get them to eat any vegetables. Like they eat 0 vegetables. 0. Like I'm like, and like they'll be like, oh my God, my stomach hurts. I'm like, that's because you eat like crap. You eat crap every day. Like I can't even tell if my kids have stomach issues because they eat crap. So I'm like, yeah, that's because you eat crap. And this is going to start catching up. And, you know, and I start feeling guilty. So for me as a mom whose kids literally eat crap, not literally, you get it. I'm going to pay this. So there's plenty of moms out there like me that will pay it. So keep that in mind. So for the diamond bonus, I want to go over that. So we have an emerald to diamond group going. So that's where I think I'll go with this, because I'm not going to explain how this all works. I posted a video that corporate did in there. But here's the thing. When I first started this business, there was when you got to emerald in 30 days, you got a $25 bonus. When you got to ruby in 60 days, you got a $50 bonus. When you get to diamond in 90 days, you got a $100 bonus. I went after all of those bonuses, and I got ruby and diamond at the same time. So a $150 check showed up just for advancing to diamond I did it in 57 days. But that drove me. And so, you know, I needed the money. So, and I talked about too on Team Passion, and this is still the case till this day. So they don't do those promotions anymore. So we've been asking for something. Us leaders have been like, please give us something back for diamonds. Like they need more of an incentive to get to diamond and then stay at diamond. Because honestly, if your volume isn't there, it's not that big of an incentive to stay there. Like you have, unless you're growing to 1-star to 2-star and you have emeralds and diamonds working, then it's an incentive to stay there, because then you start losing hundreds of dollars. But if your volume isn't there yet, it's not that like it's almost like, oh well, I'll only lose $4 this week or $8 this week or $16 this week, and that's not a big deal enough for people. So this is huge, and they're only doing it right now in Q3 and Q4. So I mean, I don't know if they'll come back with it sporadically, but there's no talk of them extending this. So you have to take advantage of this now. It is so just like anything in this business, getting to diamond is easy to do and easy not to do, right? Like I got to diamond in 57 days. I lost it the next week because I didn't have the personal volume requirement because I was signing everybody as coaches, so I didn't have enough customers. But then I got it back the next week and I never lost it again. So I've never lost diamond. I never lost 2-star when I got to 2-star, and I never lost 5-star when I get to 5-star. Do you know why? Because there's bonuses attached to each of those ranks. And so for me, if I'm losing rank, I'm losing bonuses, and that's not okay. So you've got to figure out what your driver is to get to diamond and make this happen. Even if it's not for the money or the bonus, there's a reason why you want to get there, okay? And there's a reason why, if you've been doing this for 2 to 3 years or longer and you're not diamond yet, there's a reason why you're still here. I need you to hear that. If you've been in this business 2, 3, 4 years and you're not where you want to be, you're still here. And that means everything. There's a self-limiting belief that's blocking you from reaching that potential that you have, for sure. But if you didn't sort of believe, you'd be gone. You would have sent in your cancellation and you wouldn't be on this call. So you need to remember that. So you need to work through that, and you need to journal that, and you need to figure that out. But if you need to get in the Emerald to Diamond group, like this is all I'm going to be talking about in the Emerald to Diamond group from now until the end of the year. Like we talk about this every day in there. So if you're not in that group and you need to be, please let me know. Okay, not here because I'll lose it, but message me or tag me in Team Passion and I will add you. Or you can just Google search on Facebook Team Passion Emerald to Diamond. That'll actually probably be easier. And then click join group. The other thing that Michael mentioned at the end, which I've completely forgotten about, they're still doing a contest for you to get on the Success Club trip. So if if your rank is Coach to Diamond Lifetime, top 3 challenge pack sellers each month earn a ticket to Summit. I mean, where are we going? I don't even know where it is. Honestly, I don't. No. Where?
Riviera Maya.
Riviera Maya. Yeah, Mexico. That's why I wasn't. So I didn't remember because I got sick last time. And I didn't drink the water. But I ate fruit and salad. So I'm just not going to do that this time. I'm just going to eat like crap like my kids because nobody else gets sick but me. Okay, yeah. So top 3 challenge pack sellers earn a free room. I mean, if the Success Club trip from now to the end of the year. So I wonder does anybody know when they announce, it's got to be somewhere in the Coach Online office, when they announce the winners, if they put what the points have been next to it so people can get a gauge. Who likes to be a researcher? Can someone do that? If you go to the Coach, not right now, listen to me, not right now. Don't leave. But after this call, can you go, it's under the Coach Online office, My Business, and then recognition maybe. Just kind of look around in one of those areas, recognition or Success Club or something, top producers, and see if they announce who the winners have been so far and if they put the number of Success Club or challenge packs, just to give you an idea. You know, I don't know if the top 3 challenge pack sellers are selling 20 challenge packs a month, 40, 50, like I don't know what to tell you. So I'm sure it's up there. So cool. Summit, Diamond top sellers, Double Time, Clean Week, Daily Sunshine, Diamond bonus. Now the Team Cup. So so let me just share what the Team Cup is. So they've been doing the Team Cup for years. it's really great. It's just a good time. So you guys have the Team Passion page, you have your other team page, you have like a personally sponsored page, but this is a time for you to get together with 5 other people in another group. It's all good though. And kind of like become success partners and work together to earn Success Club, move up in rank. You get points for Success Club, you get points for moving up in rank, and then you get prizes for earning Success Club. Everyone who earns Success Club in the Team Cup month gets a prize, maybe a t-shirt or something. They used to make it so that nobody could get the prize unless everybody earned Success Club, but they've changed that. So you do have to get the prizes, you do have to earn Success Club. And then, there's tiered prizes. The top 20 teams get this, the top 10 teams get this, blah, blah, blah. The top team gets their name on a team cup. And for some reason, thinking because it's shaped like the Stanley Cup, Canadian teams win every year. But that doesn't mean that we can't change that, because we like hockey too. So, so definitely, push for that. But I loved when Carl said, when he was talking to Jessica Nelson, or maybe she said it, but the fact that a lot of people don't, like, I message my personally sponsored coaches. I'm like, hey, do you want to join my team? Want to join my Team Cup team? And they'll be like, well, I've never hit Success Club, so no, because I don't want to let the team down. I'm like, what? That doesn't mean anything. Like, I didn't even, like, if that was a criteria for me, I wouldn't have invited you, right? Like, so think about that. So it doesn't matter what you've done or haven't done in the past. Get on a Team Cup team. And listen, even if you don't win the cup, you're not the top 10 team, you're not the 20, you've moved your business forward in August because of the Team Cup. Where's that stat? There's like a crazy stat of people who've earned, I probably should have had this ready, but it just came to me. Talk amongst yourselves. And you can unmute me to ask questions, because I get lost in that, in this thread. New coaches who participated in the Team Beachbody Cup earned 15 times more money than coaches who do not. Okay. Now, it doesn't mean that just because you register for a Team Cup, you're going to earn 15 times more money. You got to do some work. But it's there for you, to get more motivated, to work with a close group of people. So what you're going to want to do in your Team Cup page is you're going to want to set goals. You're going to want to, kind of like we're doing the Success Club 10 thread in Team Passion, the pinned post. People are saying when they get another Success Club point, where the person came from, how they found them. Like, everybody's kind of giving tips in there. So that's what you kind of want to do as a team. You should do weekly Zoom calls. And if you're committing to a Team Cup, honestly just means you're committing to plugging into your team of 5. Like, don't get on a team if you're not going to get on the Zoom, if you're going to make excuses, if you're not going to plug in the group. Like, don't, because there's nothing more annoying than being a captain of a Team Cup team and creating a Zoom and then looking at yourself by yourself on the Zoom. Like, so if you're not going to plug in, then don't do it. That's your requirement to get on a Team Cup team, to participate. Doesn't mean you have to hit Success Club 55. It just means you're committing to participate, okay, with a team of people. So that is that. Before we actually, I want to do one more thing, but up until then, do we have questions about any of that? So Nikki had posted in the comment in the thread that her friend already ordered Sunshine on HD because she doesn't care the cost. She wants to feed her kids. Like, that's the thing. Like, people are more apt to not buy Shakeology to take care of themselves, but they're more apt to buy Daily Sunshine to make sure their kids are being cared for, honestly. All right, nothing, we're good. Everybody's good to go. So if you need to get on a Team Cup team, if someone could start a thread in Team Passion, just call it Team Cup thread, and then, maybe post if you need to get on a team, comment below. If you need members for your team, comment below. So they used to have a rule where you could only have one lifetime diamond on the team, which was really hard for people who got to diamond 4 years ago and are now an emerald and they haven't been able to get their diamond back. It was like they want to and they want to join a team, but they couldn't join a team because they were already, all the teams already had a diamond. So they've changed that, which is great. So now the cup team can have, is it 2 or 3, Chrissy? What did we say last night? Two lifetime diamonds, and one of them can be a star diamond. Yes, okay. So you can have 2 lifetime diamonds on a team and only one can be a lifetime star diamond. So you can't have 2 lifetime 5 stars and then 3 regular codes. It can be 1. It can be 2 lifetime diamonds, or it can be 1 lifetime diamond and 1 lifetime star diamond. Or it can be all emeralds, or it can be all coaches, but that's just, there can't be more than 2 lifetime diamonds or above, and only 1 can be a star lifetime. Cool. So yeah, if you need to get on a team or you are looking for members, please someone start a thread, and let's try to keep it on that same thread if we can. So I'm kind of counting on you guys who are on this call to be the people who keep that thread bumping up, so we're not starting 7 different threads. I need a team. Let's try to keep it on one thread. Cool. All right, so let's think of, real quick before we get to our 3 speakers here, let's think of some team goals from now till, let's say, Labor Day. Oh, that was exciting. Sagi week, a week of hard labor. I love me some Sagi. If you've not, but here's my tip, here's my PSA. If you've never worked out with Sagi, he's not as good as Chris. Meaning he doesn't really know how to count. He doesn't, like, he shows the moves and he's really good and the moves are amazing, but he'll be like, 5 more, and you do 15 more. Like, I don't know where like when him and Autumn work out together for Hammer and Chisel, she just is like, shut up, and then takes over, because he's like, I don't know what his deal is, but he can't count. So just as a warning, that was the first thing I noticed with Chris. I'm like, oh my God, he's amazing. He's sharing. I mean, to all fairness, Chris doesn't have to count. It's a timer. But at least, like, he shares really well. He talks you through the whole thing, where Sagi is just all over the place. I'm like, what are we doing? Like, I have to watch the TV because I don't know what he's doing. But he's great. Like, and he's fun. He makes me giggle. So, and I'm sure, where'd Stephanie go? I'm sure Derek Mazza is super excited for a week of hard labor. He is not a Sagi fan. And there'll be a nutrition plan with this, which is awesome. So it's 9/5 to 9/9, and it's gonna be a nutrition plan. It's called the Week of Hard Labor with Sagi, 5 days. So I love that they're doing this. This is fun stuff that they just keep adding in this on-demand stuff. Keep us, because I get bored. So good stuff. All right, so let's talk about some team goals. What do you guys think of, like, let's set how many people we want on the Success Club graphic team goal. And we can think about this and kind of talk about it in Team Passion if you want, because I know I'm just kind of springing this on you. But I want us to start, like, thinking of big team goals. Like, okay, our goal this month is to get 100 people on the Success Club graphic. I think that's a little low, because I think we already get 100 people on it. But let's say, like, 250 people to get on the Success Club graphic for August or something. I'm just throwing numbers out there and ideas. Rank advancements. I know we have a ton of people that want to get to Diamond for 823 to get that Diamond pool bonus in that first quarter. So maybe we set a team goal of 25 new Diamonds by 823. Let's set a team goal of how many coaches we want coming in per week. How many challenge packs we want to sell per week as a team, and just, I don't know if I can track that too well. It's hard for me to track challenge packs. It's easier for me to I can track coaches. but I can't track challenge packs. I can just track the points. But any other ideas on what we could do as like a team goal for August? I'm just looking ahead at August to kind of map it up with the team cup.
I like the coach one, like adding a certain amount of coaches either per week or, for the month.
Okay.
And that benefits everybody.
Right. Okay. Should we do 250 people on the Success Club graphic?
Yeah, how many are on there now?
I'll have Lauren look tomorrow. Well, she'll be doing one tomorrow. It used to be, like, we used to have to do a video. Like, last year at this time, it was like 500 people.
Oh, yeah.
Like, we couldn't even do
250.
250?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, okay. And that's going to be for Success Club 6 or higher. We're not counting the 4s. We started putting 4s on there because we need more names. That's not good. Let's not have that be a team goal, guys. And then let's do diamonds. How many new diamonds do we want by August 23rd?
20.
5.
25.
All right, cool. I like it. Do you guys like it? So I'm going to start threads kind of like, so I'm like, this will be good because I've been so focused on the Shift Shop group that I feel like I've neglected the Team Passion group. You're probably like, are you serious? You've posted 75 times today. But I feel like Summit was good, but I feel like these 3 things will be a good focus for us to just talk about every day on Team Passion. Like, let's just talk about our team goals every day. Because honestly, there's a lot of things. Actually, everyone's really good because I think I drilled in everybody's head, do not ask any questions in the Team Passion page that can be answered by the FAQ. So we don't really get a lot of the same questions anymore. I used to just answer with fuck it, FAQ. I'm not swearing at you. So that, and then I think people caught on. They're like, she's not helping me. I'm done. But the main reason why I do that is because that's how I learned everything. I had to figure it out myself. Like, I would literally text Keith and ask him a question and he wouldn't answer me. And I was like, he knows I can find that answer out myself. Like, so I do it to teach you, not to punish you. Okay. And usually, actually, when we do get a question, everyone starts it with, I already FAQ'd it. So everybody's good. So that we don't get clogged up with a lot of that stuff. So that's good. This will be our focus. I'm excited about it. We'll start it now. Let's not wait till August. We'll start now. We'll talk about these 3 things. And if someone still has a task after this to research what the top 3 challenge pack sellers who are earning the Success Club trip are selling. So if someone can do that after this, cool. All right. So let's have our speakers unmute themselves and share. Does anyone want to volunteer to go first, or do we just go in alphabetical order?
I'll go. I don't
care. Okay. With A being first. Perfect.
Hey, I'm going to apologize if I jump around, but
no, you're good.
It's kind of everywhere. Okay, so I went into Summit because I tend to have one foot in, one foot out. But like Nicole said earlier, there's a reason why I'm still here. And I knew that all along, but I don't know. I guess I just needed something to hear something. So the Summit, I felt like a lot of it just spoke to me because it answered a lot of questions that I struggle with. And my first thing that I struggle with, like I was telling another coach, is that I don't feel worthy of success for some reason. I guess I don't feel like my why is, I don't know, my why is not good. It won't bring tears to your eyes, So I struggled with that a lot. But I finally just had to get over that. And everybody has a why. Mine might not impact someone next to me like it would somebody else, but we all have a why. And so I had to get over that and just kind of just worry about me and not everybody's why, worry about my why only. But, and then also, I like a lot of things that were said were great mentally for me. One was like focus on positivity and opportunity, and that I'm not at a disadvantage. I think you are. So unless I think I'm at a disadvantage, I'm not at a disadvantage. If you find yourself saying you've tried it all, literally list it out. You'll be shocked. You have not even scratched the surface, I'm sure. My other thing is like I need to kind of look at things differently, and I need to focus on helping others and not like so when I post, like I feel like I'm being showy, I'm being braggy. I struggled with that because I'm not in the same place on my fitness journey that someone else is. And so if someone is in a different place, I don't want them to compare themselves to me or me to someone else. And so I really have to look at my post as I want to help someone, not like, I can't keep looking at it like, oh, I'm being showy. Oh, look at my arms. They look good. Maybe I shouldn't post that. I got to get over that. And so I'm going to really turn my post and focus on how I'm helping someone, not, I don't want to look at it as it's about me. So, and then also, like they said in one of the workshops or somewhere, it was elevate your strengths. So we all know that the key to this business is inviting, and meeting new people and adding new friends. Well, my strength is actually getting face to face with someone. I have no problem talking to someone. I mean, I got someone's name. We're already friends on Facebook that I met in Sam's today. I have no problem doing stuff like that. It's reaching out on Facebook, and it's my mental block. I don't know what's going on with that, and I'll figure it out. So instead of like letting that slow me down, I'm going to work on it behind the scenes. But in the meantime, I'm going to work with my strength, and that is getting out, meeting people, talking face to face. So that's what I did. So today my goal was, okay, I'm going to talk to 2 people about whether it's Shakeology, Beachbody, fitness, whatever. I did. I actually had a doctor's appointment. I was telling him about Shakeology, about our fitness, because it just came up naturally. He was talking about working out and fitness, and so it worked out good. And my old self before Summit, I would have said, oh no, he's a doctor. I'm sure he knows it all. He doesn't need me like suggesting Shakeology. But I was like, I know Shakeology is good enough for doctors too. So I just went with it. And then, so that's where I'm gonna figure out more ways to get in front of people, since that's my strength, and go from there. But I'm also going to work on my weakness and still learn to invite, even on Facebook, even if I'm not in front of them. Brandon Bouchard was like amazing. Like everything he said just spoke to me. I was like in love after that, after his opening. But his 5 personal musts for motivation and success were awesome. And the ones that really struck a chord with me was, and this is a biggie for me, is I must no longer fear rejection. And that's my thing. I don't know why. It's not like I've never experienced rejection. I have, and I'm here, and I'm fine. But for some reason, when it comes to this, I fear it. And again, it's through Facebook. If it's rejection in person, I'm okay. So I'm going to really work on that. He also said, you must jump in and face your fear, because your fear is the edge of your growth, which, God, when you think about it, it's so true. So you got to listen through your fear. And you must, and this goes back to me not feeling worthy, but you must find something to fight for. And I guess sometimes, whether you think it's something like you don't have anything to fight for, it might be that there's a mental block and you're actually scared to admit what you need to fight for. And that's what I'm kind of finding out about me. It's like some things I don't want to admit to myself, I think. So I'm working on that. This is a good one. And this kind of goes back to coaching, like for challengers, even just your friends on Facebook. It's to build trust, which I feel like because I've had one foot in, one foot out, I haven't built trust for people. And this was quoted and I liked it. It said the toughest thing about the power of trust, it's the hardest thing to build, but it's the easiest thing to destroy. So like, especially with my challengers, like I got to show up and motivate and be there. Even if I'm having a bad day, I think they would rather hear I'm having a bad day than me just not show up because no one's plugging in or whatever. So that was good for me. And then as long as I've been doing this, it sounds crazy, but I'm still going to do this. It says practice inviting and like really figure out if you're asking the right questions. Are you giving them a reason to respond? And so I'm going to work on that. Let's see. Here's the thing we kind of tend to forget, or I do. I should say me. But it says, this was by David Atkins, and it kind of hit home for me. It says, God's gift to us is potential. Our gift back is doing something with the potential. So we all have it in us. I think we're just so I'm used to instant gratification. So I have to know that I'm not on the pace of someone else. Like this is my journey. This is my business. It's going to move how I choose to work it on we're just all different. And I've accepted that. Like I might not meet my goals of Diamond by August 23rd. And I'm truly at peace with it this time. Because usually if I don't meet a goal, I'm like, and it slows me down. It makes me take 5 steps back. But I'm not going to do that this time. I'm just head down. And I've truly, to meet a goal, I've really got to give it my all. And I can't say I've given it everything I've had in the past. So that is one thing. Let's see. Oh, this is good. Small choices add up to big results. And that's kind of with everything. That's with our nutrition. It's with our business. So small choices add up to big results. So whether this takes me 6 months to get where I want, a year and a half, I'm not going to stop. I will get there eventually. And this was my last one, and I'll stop. The great paradox. I liked it. Short-term pleasure gives you long-term pain. Short-term pain gives you long-term pleasure. So to me, that meant go invite, and go invite. Because although it might hurt a little bit, might sting, whatever, in the end, it'll pay off.
Perfect. Thank you. In our leadership workshop with Melissa McAllister, one of the things she said is new coaches should be working on inviting 80% of the time.
I believe it.
For Emerald's working to Diamond. New coaches should be focusing on being products of the products, but Emeralds to Diamond should be focused on inviting 80% of the time. And 2 to 5 stars 75% of the time, and 5 stars and above 70% of the time. So still, no matter where your rank is, inviting has to be the focus. You can't get to the rest of your goals without helping people, and you have to talk to a lot of people to help people. So I love that you kept reiterating that, because that is just so.
That's just where I struggle the most, because I'm so worried about coming off as being pushy. But I got to stop looking at it like that. And we truly, truly do have so many good things to offer to people. And that's how I'm kind of looking at it now, instead of like, oh, I'm going to, be pushy. Oh, I'm going to ask them to spend money. Oh, I'm going to ask them to join my challenge group. It's their choice. They can or not. And
you got to look at it as just having a conversation. Like, invites to me are fun because I'm just talking to people, and I have no attachment to the outcome.
And now that I've done that, don't think of the outcome. Don't sometimes when you first start, you're like, oh, I want to sell a challenge pack. If you take that off the table and just truly show your enthusiasm about all the products or all the options, it'll come through. And if they're meant to be in your group, they're going to be there.
Yep. Agreed. Awesome. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Who would like to go next? Felicia, is that you? Are you unmuted? Are you good to go?
Yeah.
All right. Take it away.
Okay, so I just have a couple of key things I wanted to focus on. A couple of them overlapped with Angie's anyway, so that works out great. But the first thing from Summit that I took away from was when I watched Bonnie Engel. So in her speech or whatever presentation, she said that she focused a lot on making lists, and I'm like a wicked big list person. I make a lot of to-do lists and lose them, but I always have to make lists and see things visually out for me. But she made one good point about making lists of different questions and then off those answers forming your post from them. Like when you are having a blank on what to post for that day or that week or whatever. My problem is I come up with all these good posts and then I'm like, oh, well, it's not prime time hours. Let me save this for later. And then I forget to post it later. And then I forget what the post is. Unless I sometimes I'll write them down, but or I'll come up with, I'll post something and be like, oh, I just have to get something in my news feed. And then it's it doesn't have as much substance as it should. So I really liked this because it's a way to organize those thoughts and keep them there. So some of the lists were things like what makes you unique. And then one of her examples was she worked out outside instead of inside, and that was special. So use that as a post. Or what's something you've overcome and write the month in. And then just little things. She said today she folded all her laundry, or she turned down the dessert at dinner. And then another one was what is normal about me. And she took something that she thought was average about her so she could post it and make it relatable to everybody else. I really liked those different things because I have a hard time coming up with posts, or like I said, when I do come up with them, hard time following through and posting them. Also, like Angie said, I'm more of a face-to-face person. So I'll text somebody or message them, and then literally they'll message me right back and I just won't answer. And it's not I don't mean to not answer. I'll read it and forget to answer, or I don't know. My mind's just too crazy. I need to be talking to you on the phone or to your face. So that's something that I'm going to work on more, is setting up my calls with people and meeting them instead of just doing all my invites strictly, via messaging. I've been trying to voice call a lot more, the voice memos in Messenger. So that's been working out, but I just need to get better at that. So then my other thing was, I liked the 30 people today. So it was 5 gratitudes, 5 friends, 5 challengers, 5 invites, and 5 follow-ups. So just a way to reach out to people, or give recognition, or add friends in a nice sturdy list. So I told myself that I was going to double that, just because another problem I have is I'll reach out to 10 people on Monday, and then I'm still talking to those 10 people on Wednesday, and I'm focusing on those people long term rather than the higher numbers. So I'm trying to just reach out to more massive people now, instead of higher quantities, instead of just reaching out to 10 and dragging it out too long. So that was another thing I really liked. I can type that list up or take a picture of it and post it too, because I know I said it kind of fast. Another thing was, I don't advertise the Beachbody Challenge enough. And I know watching it on the celebration night and everything was so eye-opening, because to me it was okay, you go on beachbody.com, you see those people's transformations, they won money, whatever, good for them. But I need to tell people more, submit your before and afters, get your t-shirt, have that feeling of accomplishment. And you also have the opportunity to be put up with all these people and for your great transformations. So not only are you helping yourself and helping your health, but you have an opportunity to win money and a free t-shirt. So I definitely want to highlight that more. So my last thing, and this is probably the biggest thing that I took away from Summit, is live events are amazing. So I am going to push Super Saturdays and everything so much more for people that aren't Beachbody coaches or aren't my challengers yet, or just my challengers and not coaches yet, to join me. Because I brought my boyfriend, who I've been with for 5 years. So as long as I've done Beachbody, he's been around. And he didn't come to as much as I would have wanted, but I also didn't buy him a ticket. So I didn't think that I could have gotten into things that I thought it was going to be way stricter. I could have snuck him in, but he came to the celebration at the end because I bought him one for that. And I think like seeing like, oh my God, these people in this company just took over a whole entire city. And not only do they do that, they like have like they're on billboards and they're on the like lampposts, and they not only that, they have the Superdome. Like he's like a crazy insane football fan. I think that like clicked. Like it's much more of a bigger deal than you would think it is. Well, at least then I must not like push it enough and have it come across enough, because I was like so happy like the way he was acting. And when we went to the celebration show, he was like in such awe after. Like I was like, yes, like it's here. And I didn't sign him up as a discount coach yet on my downline, because also he can't have Shakeology. He's allergic, but like to peas of all things in the world to not have Shakeology. So he's been trying, so he can't have Recover either. Kind of likes the pre-workout, doesn't know exactly what's going to fit him yet on Home Direct. So we were waiting anyway, but now like he was ready to sign up on the plane ride home. He is like all for everything. Like he asked me how, he's a varsity football coach, and he asked me how we could put together a bundle to get all his athletes on, because he thinks it's like the most amazing thing ever. And he wanted to know like I don't know, it was just like crazy things. Like he was like, my aunt told him, Stephanie, my aunt, sorry, I always say that. She told him, well, you know, if you guys sell like 25 challenge packs in August, like you're going to Mexico for free. And he was like, wait, free vacation? Like we're huge traveling people. So he was like, Felicia, we're hitting this. Like we're not even gonna hit 25, we're gonna hit more. And then I told him about Nicole and Mark, and I was like, her husband does it with her. I was like, she just does because he's not a social media person at all. I was like, she's the face of everything, and he does all the behind the scenes stuff. And that was like his deal breaker. So I swear to God, he's talked more about Beachbody than I have since we came home from Summit. And that's saying a lot, because I feel like I've just been going on and on and on. But he is like totally on board, and it's only because I brought him to the live event. So I had said to him actually before this, I said, do you want to jump on the team call with me? I'm talking. And he was like, I don't think I'm ready for that. He said, I'll give you some ideas, but you can say them. And I said, all right, we'll work on that. But for him to even like question that, I was like, you didn't want to go to anything with me before. You came to New Orleans and now you're in love with it. So you'll see him on the team call soon, because I'm going to hold that high. And I just told you guys I'm trying to sell 25 challenge packs. So clearly that means I just have to do it, because you all just heard that goal. But so that being said, besides him, I would just encourage people to come with you, because you all know, like maybe you didn't come to Super Saturday before you joined or anything like that. But once you attended your first live event, it's like, holy crap, these are like normal people, and they either had a huge transformation or they're making a crap ton of money that everyone needs. So like it clicks like that could be you, because they just came from similar situations as you. Like Angie said, you feel like everyone's talking to you. You feel like you could be there in everyone's shoes. So I would just push the live events as much as you can. And I can't remember exactly who said it, even though I tend to write down the names at the top of everything. Oh, it was Christina Delgado and Liz Harkey. But they said that they have weekly Challenger Zoom calls and like a Challenger book club. So in like a smaller group on Stephanie's downline, we have like a weekly Zoom call, or we try to all read the same book at the same time so we can compare things. But I never thought to do it in the Challenger aspect. And I think that would be like the same thing. Like maybe it's not a live event, but if a challenger gets on like if you hold your Zoom call for your challengers and they see the people that they see posting weekly, their shake and whatever, and they see like, or hear them talk or hear the struggles and the goals they want to go through this week, I feel like that would still make a huge difference. And then like, right, for the Team Passion System for Success, like hopefully right then and there they'd want to be a discount coach and further on and further on. So I really could go on way more, but those are just some of the big things I wanted to highlight. So thanks.
Awesome. Thank you. Yeah. So Stephanie.
Yeah, see?
Alicia sent me a message just like so excited yesterday about her boyfriend coming and how much he's on board and how, all of those things she just told you. And I'm like, yes, like this. Mark has been to every event. Like he didn't come to that first summit, but he comes to all the Super Saturdays. He comes to all the summits. He comes to leadership. A lot of people bring some people bring another coach in their downline that aren't like for those parties and stuff. And Mark's always like, are you sure? Do you want to bring someone in your downline? And sometimes it depends on what kind of party it is. He doesn't really want to go. He wasn't giving up his Billy Idol ticket last year to for that Success Club thing, and then the Mardi Gras thing this year. He's like, yeah, no, I'm going. But if it's just a party with people drinking, he's like, yeah, go ask someone on your team. But he deserves these parties just as much as I do. So I don't ever want him to think that he can't come to a party. Like, he does it for the greater good of the team, but he deserves this just as much as I do. And I think people have this misconception, just like Felicia said, she told her boyfriend, Mark, like, you got, unless you've come to my house or you've come to events, none of you even know who Mark is or what he looks like, right? Like, because that's not who he is. So whoever your spouse is, they don't have to do that. Like, they don't, people will be like, oh, well, I don't think they'll want to be a coach. Yeah, they don't have to. They just have to believe in this business, be by your side, give you ideas, help you build a list. Like Mark, I had a goal to hit Success Club 10 before we left for Summit. So Success Club 10 by the 10th. And I told him that goal. I was sharing it on the team page and, just talking about it all. And what he does for me is almost every hour on the hour. Have you hit Success Club 10 yet? Have you hit Success Club 10 yet? Do you need help? Have you hit Success Club 10 yet? Should I redo the ad? Like, that's what he does for me every day in this business. We go over, he runs the Facebook ads, so we go over those together, but he'll say to me, like, he'll randomly, when he first started running ads and stuff to target people, he would randomly go, what are you Googling right now? Like, so that he could target it. Like, so his brain works differently, and he learns something different at every event. Like, so we'll go to the same exact event and then we'll compare notes and we hear something completely different, and that's what makes it so powerful. There's a lot of coaches, top coaches in the network, whose spouse is right by their side, and I think that is huge. I'm not saying you can't be a top coach and not have your spouse by your side, but it's big. It's very, very big to get them to believe, because then when you're working, they're not going to be like, hello. They're going to be like, all right, yeah, get to work. You have a goal to hit $1,000 in the next week. Let's do it. What do I need to do? Like, it's just a different dynamic. If they're not on board and they don't see the big vision and they don't understand, they're going to be pissed when you're on your phone and you're not watching movies or TV with them every night. Mark and I did a balance. And Friday night was our night, like, regardless. I had to put my phone away. Sometimes he would have to shut it off and put it in a drawer. Like, he would have to hide it from me. Like, that's how obsessed I was with this business. Now it's good. I can do date night without the phone. We're good. But in the beginning, I was like, oh, my God. And he just understood every night when he came home, okay, what do I need to do? I'm like, can you just take care of the kids? I have to work for the next 2 hours. I have 75 people to get back to or something. So it's huge. Felicia is right. It's huge. And you don't think of it as they're going to coach. They're going to do what you're doing. They just need to see the big picture. So please ask them to come to events. Don't assume they don't want to, bribe them with whatever you got to bribe them with, ladies. And get them to I know that would work for Mark. And get them to the events. Get them to team dinners. Get them to Super Saturdays. Earn these trips for them to take your family with, because not only will your spouse be on board, but when you're earning a trip for your family, like, let your kids know, hey, we're gonna go to Maya Riviera next year, or whatever the trip is the following year, and make a vision board, because they're gonna say, so when you're working, they're gonna, if Sammy would be like, oh, can you come do this? I'm like, in 10 minutes, because I'm working for our Disney trip. Okay, yeah, you go, Mom. Like, there was never a question. So make it a big family thing. So, all right. Renee, we will finish up with you. Uh-oh, she just disappeared. Okay, there you are. No, your video's there, but now you're muted. Let me see. Let me unmute you. Okay, there you are.
Thank you. So, I've been a coach for a while as well, and this was my second summit, and the first summit I came home and I thought like my business was going to explode, but I basically was paralyzed by fear. And I made a very last minute decision to go to this summit because I was starting to apply to different full-time jobs so I could work from home. And I never even got an interview to the job that I really wanted. So I actually went back into my journal and I found that moment where it shifted for me and before I even knew about Shift Shop. But, I was just like, I'm so done, like having to prove myself to these people when I apply for jobs. So my turning moment, my aha moment was definitely Brendan Burchard's speech. And I went into that, his presentation as like, I don't really like Brendan Burchard. I did get his motivation manifesto and I didn't even finish it. Like, I was just like, he's just not my cup of tea. And it was weird. I had like no expectations. I was like, okay, yeah, I'll take notes, whatever. But when he started to speak, I felt like he was speaking to my soul, and it was amazing. And he talked about basically his second chance that he got in life, where I believe the book that he wrote, I just ordered it today, Life's Golden Ticket. I think it touches upon his whole story with the car accident and how he feels that he got another shot in life. And I had a car accident a few years ago. My car was totaled, and thank God I was okay and nobody else was involved. But, it didn't really hit me at that point. I saw my life flash through before my eyes just like he did. But it wasn't, at that time, it wasn't enough of a defining moment, I guess, to say, do I really want the next 20 years to be different than the last 20 years? But when he went through that whole experience of him going through that car accident, I mean, he described it in such detail. I just felt like it was just me and him in the room. It was crazy. He spoke to my soul. And at that moment, and the one thing he said was, I think it was the first one, his 5 personal must for motivation: I must raise my ambitions and refuse to settle. And at that moment, I realized, like, settling is basically going to find another full-time job, thinking, I can work from home. I even had it set as my push goal: I'm going to find a work from home job so I'll have more time to work on my dream of building the business. And it was when I didn't get that work from home job, I was like, why don't I just cut out the damn middleman and just work on the freaking business right now, rather than put all that time into redoing my resume and, going on job interviews. And it's just such a crappy process. It's not fun. And it's not really something that fuels my passion. So that was huge for me. I mean, that was life-changing. Like, do I want the next 20 years to be like the last 20 years, which will basically be working for the man in corporate, where I have a set salary that I can really make, and I can't really go that much further unless I go into management or leadership? Well, why don't I try leading and just mustering up the courage to do it myself for once and for all? I'm, afraid of leadership, but why not freaking try it at this point in my life? So that was huge. I was crying. I pulled the tissues out for me and the lady who was sitting next to me. It was absolutely amazing. So, I ordered that book today, and he just completely changed my whole mindset. So that was it. I mean, it was just one moment. Everything else was amazing, don't get me wrong, and I still have notes that I'm going to read and rewrite and everything. But I decided, even before I made that very last minute decision to go to Summit, which was around the time I didn't get that job. And I was like, that's it. I need to just start working on this damn business. And I went on vacation and I started working. And I know, Nicole, I was bugging you during vacation. I'm like, I got to lay off. She's probably like, stop messaging me. But I actually drove down to the community center that had Wi-Fi just so I could, get my invites in. And Even as much as I could during Summit, I did that. I didn't want the momentum to die. And that's my thing now. I'm not going to just wait for it to happen. It's gotta be me that makes it happen. So.
Perfect. Thank you. Perfect. And for those of you who don't follow Renee, she is a hiker. So she has a great brand out there already. So she just has to expand on that. We talked about that a few months ago. I'm like, just talk about your hiking and get that out there, because it is something unique and different. And she has goals of mountains to hike, and so that's really cool to be able to kind of talk about that and attract her tribe that way. So yeah. So amazing, ladies. Thank you. I posted in the team page Brendon Burchard's podcast channel. It's called The Charged Life. The Charged Life is actually a really good book. Life's Golden Ticket reads like a story. So he tells a story through Life's Golden Ticket about second chances, which is really, really good. So it's there's fictional characters in it and stuff. And then The Charged Life is more of like a personal development workbook, but it's very good. He's very good. He also runs, he also has live events that you can go to. I went to World's Greatest Speaker Training, which is why, Renee, you felt like it was just you and him in the room. He actually runs an event called World's Greatest Speaker Training with Bo Eason and Roger Love. Roger Love is a voice coach who teaches actors and actresses how to sing. So he worked with Nicole Kidman on Moulin Rouge. He works with all of the singers in the industry. He works with Tony Robbins. Like, they call Roger Love if all of a sudden they're about to go on stage and their voice is gone. They call Roger Love and do exercises with him on the phone. So like tons of famous people are his clients. So he teaches you the tone of your voice and how to do that. Bo Eason teaches you how to be present on stage, and Brendon Burchard teaches you how to share your story. It was probably one of the most amazing events I ever went to. I absolutely loved it. So it's very, very good. He also has High Performance Academy. I haven't gone to any of the other ones. I only went to that one. But he's absolutely amazing, so down to earth. His story is relatable. So you guys should definitely follow him on Facebook, YouTube, podcast, whatever you got to do. Brendon Burchard's the man. I love him. Thank you guys so much for joining me. So we did an hour surge with Carl, and then you guys did an hour surge here with Team Passion. So thank you. That's 2 hours. That is dedication. We did lose about 4 people in the last 20 minutes, but it's all good. So I truly, truly thank you guys. Many of you are in our Shift Shop group, and you are killing it, and I love it. And tomorrow is day 4. I can't believe it already. And you guys are just all doing amazing. I'm loving the action and activity in that page, but also in Team Passion. I feel like the team has come back to life in these last few months. I've been told it may have been because of my energy with the Shift Shop. So speed of the leader, speed of the pack, right? So true. You want to lead by example, and you want your team to follow you. You are going to attract your tribe based on what you are doing every day. So before you go to bed every night, think about, did I post and talk about on social media to my tribe? So like Angie said, don't worry about talking to the masses, just talk to your tribe. You're talking to that one person that you are going to inspire to become better. I get messages every single day from people all over how I inspire them for all sorts of different reasons. I also lose friends and followers every single day, like by the minute. My like page goes down, my personal page goes down. So they're just making room for my tribe. So I don't worry about who those people are or where they went. I only worry about who I am trying to reach. And that's what you guys have to worry about. You are speaking, like Brendon spoke to Renee, you are speaking to one person every day on social media, and you are ready to change their life, and they are open and they are ready to receive it. And if you continue to not consistently do the work, you're actually being very selfish by not sharing this gift with those around you. So look at it that way. You're not being selfish by sharing, you're actually being selfish by not sharing, because hello, we just had an amazing surge with Carl, where we just had an amazing summit with thousands of people. We know we're part of something really, really big. So it's not fair to not share. All right. Have an amazing night. I love you guys to pieces, and I can't wait to do some team cups and get things going with you. So thank you. Good night, guys.
Good night.